Hello everyone out there, this is Blaben Solutions, and once again I want to welcome you to another wonderful episode of today's video tutorial. Thank you for clicking this video. If you are new here, please make sure to hit on the subscribe button before it ends. If you've already done so, I want to say a very big thanks to you for showing up once again. So in today's video, I will be teaching you how to create something like this. Without much ado, let's get started. So I already have Photoshop open in here. So this is my Photoshop background. So you come to File, click on New, and we'll be using a dimension of 6 to 5 inches. So the width is 6 and the inches will be 5, right? So I'm going to name this with any name. So let me say unique house. All right, estate. Good. Then when we are done, make sure your resolution is at 300 pixel per inch, and your color mode is set to RGB, and the background content, so everything here is okay. Then click on OK. Okay, so this is your canvas area, and this is where we'll be working on, and here is our resources that we're working on. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to send my resource, my first image, which is the house that is being sold, the image in here. I'm going to send this in here and I'll drop it in here like this. Good. So what I'll do is I'm going to hold it nicely and drag it and place it to a portion that I think best as this. Then when you are done, just hit enter. You can as well use your navigational keys to move it up and down. If you think the position is, you want to move it either up or down, you can use the navigational keys to do that. Alright, so this is okay. So what we're going to do next is we're going to bring in our rectangular shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to, this is my custom shape, so right click this portion to bring out the other shapes that are in this property. Okay, so we have the rectangular tool here, so I'm going to choose the rectangular tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangle across the surface of this canvas like this. With the color, I'm going to choose something like ash. Okay, then let's hit the move tool, and we are okay with that. All right, so let's change the color back again to something like this. So I'm going to double tap this small box in here, double tap it like this, and so just come in here and select a color like this. So we need something like this, and I think we are okay. Okay, I think this is okay. All right, so when you are done with the color, just click on OK. All right, now so what we're going to do is let's shift this up a bit. Good. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to press Ctrl T, then right click on this same rectangular shape and choose swap. Okay, so you can see that there are 2 points in here. Okay, so what you're going to do is hold this point and drag it out like this. Okay, good. And now the next point you're going to hold in here and you're going to drag it in like this. Okay, so you hold this portion like this and you drag this portion out, then you drag this portion in. All right, so when you are done, just hit enter. Okay, hit enter. All right, so we have something like this. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to duplicate this and change the color to a different color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Now to duplicate this, there are 2 ways in which you can do this. You can either right click this portion on the layer, right click it and come to duplicate layer. Okay, then so it asks, okay, so we want a copy of it, or you can choose to give it a name. Click OK and you have a duplicate of the layer. or you can easily press Ctrl J on your keyboard. So I'm going to undo this then I'm going to press Ctrl J on my keyboard, Ctrl J, and I have made a duplicate of it. Okay, now with the first one, with the right click one, it gives you the option to rename it before saving it. But with the second one, which is a shortcut key, Ctrl J, it doesn't give you the option to rename it. But you can actually come in here, double tap this, and it gives you the option to rename it if you want to rename. But I don't want to rename, so I'm going to maintain it. Okay, so now you can see that this layer is on top of this layer. Okay, so this is the one showing now, and this is the one beneath. So I'm going to change this color to a yellow color. Double tap the small box in there, and let's choose a yellow color. Okay, so what we're going to do is, with this layer selected, just use your up navigational key and push the rectangular to up a bit, not too much, just up a bit, and I think this is okay. Then what we're going to do next is just press Ctrl T on your keyboard with that same layer selected, Ctrl T on your keyboard, and hold the right upper corner. With this, you can see the cursor has turned into a curve like double-sided arrow. So you see when I'm off, it turns this, but when I come here to the corner, the topmost right corner, it turns to a double-sided curve arrow. Okay, so just hold this and let's left click, then drag, just turn it a bit in, something like this. Okay, then let's turn something like this in. Let's bring it a bit, no, let's take it a bit. Okay, I think something like this is okay. So something like this is okay. Then when you're done, just either click on this correct stroke, commit, or correct enter. So you can either click on this or hit enter on your keyboard, and everything is okay now. So what we're going to do next is, I'm going to select both layers, which is this layer and this layer. Okay, so what actually happens here is, you can see when I click this layer, when you look at the layer panel here, when I click this layer, it is on this. When I click on the yellow layer, it goes to the yellow layer panel. Okay, what happens is, when you come up here, there is a property called auto select. Now this auto select is what is giving me the access to do that. So if yours is not giving you that access, make sure your auto select is checked. So look at this. When I click here, when I click on this layer, it is on the yellow layer. When I click on this layer, it doesn't move, it doesn't select this layer. But when I get this auto select property checked, when I click here, it moves. You see, so that is what it is. So what we're going to do next is, we're going to select both layers and shift it up a bit. Now to do that, what we're going to do that, I'm going to click on the Control key. If you want to select from this, the layer palette, click on the Control key and click on the next layer that you want to select, and now we've selected both layers. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to press Control T, then I'm going to do same thing here, shift it, I'm going to shift it up a bit. Okay, so I think this is okay, but let's try to make things proper look nice here. Alright, so I think this is okay. Then when we are done, just hit enter. Alright, so that is simple, right? Good. Now let's go back to our next resource, which is the text. So I'm just going to copy some things in here and I'm going to paste them in there. Alright, so let me quickly do this and I'll get back to you shortly. Thank you. Okay, right now, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to change the font style of all the fonts in here. I'm not going to use one font. So what I'm going to, the name of the font I'm going to use here is Miraculous Christmas. So I'm going to change the on to Miraculous Christmas. So I'm going to enlarge it a bit. So I'm going to say 30. That is too small, so I'm going to make it 48. That is also too small. So I'm going to do Control T, then hold my shift key and drag this in a bit, sorry, out a bit. Okay, so I'm going to put in this here like this. Okay, then hit enter. Then I'm going to, with that same layer selected, I'll come to the layer style, click on it, then I'll go and select stroke. Then with a stroke, I'm going to choose this very color. Then with the stroke, I'm going to maintain the black color. I'm going to increase the size to 7. 7 is okay. Then I'm going to hit OK. Then I'm done with the on. Then with the portion, so I'm going to change this to Russian light. So I'm going to increase the size of this as well to 14. Okay. Let me increase it to 18, I think. Okay, so 18 is okay. Then I'm going to capitalize all these text. I'm going to choose capitalize in here. Then I'm going to increase the size, the font size, to something like this. Then I'm going to hit enter. So I'm just going to scale it here a bit. So let's increase the size a bit. So Control T, then let's increase this a bit. Then with the deposit, I'm going to also make this capital caps. Good. Then I'm going to increase the font to 18. Okay, so with deposit on and a portion of Accra, I'm going to set the alignment to left. So to do that, I'm going to select these layers. So with your control key selected, or with your control key clicked or pressed on, just click this portion, a portion, and on. Okay, then you come to the property panel in here. Then you just set this to left alignment. Okay, but sorry, we don't need a portion of. So with your control key, same control key selected, just click in the layer you don't need, and let's click this, then let's left align that. All right, so let's bring a portion. Good. So with this we are going to increase the size. Control T to do that, then increase the size to this, and let's change the color. Hit enter, and let's change the color to this yellowish color. Good. So let's choose this, and that is okay, and let's click OK. And let's bring this in here. Good. We're almost done. So let me go and bring in the next set of text. Alright, so I go to my resources, come to my resources, and I have this here. So I'm going to just copy this and paste them here. So with my text selected, then click anywhere, then paste it in here. Alright, So we're going to edit this one after the other. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to press my text to in here, and I'll click anywhere here, then Control A, then I'm going to right align them to this portion. Now with the heading, I'm going to make the color yellow. For all headings, I'm going to make the color yellow. Then you click OK. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size to 14. Then, so guys, let me quickly do this, then I'll get back to you guys soon. Thank you. Alright guys, so the final and last thing I'm going to do is I have the company's logo, so I'm going to put the company's logo in here. So that is the last resources that I'm going for, which is this. So I'm going to import it in here, and I'm going to place it in here like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to resize it by holding my shift key and holding the right top corner, and I'm going to drag this to a size that I think it's okay. Then what I'm going to do is when I'm okay with it, I'm going to hit enter, hold and drag this up here like this. Okay, so I think this is too small, so I'm going to write Control T this, and I'm going to resize it and make it large a bit. So I think this is okay, so hit enter. I think I'm okay with this. Okay, so let's place this at this nice place. Like this is okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to duplicate this logo, Control J to duplicate it, and I'm going to shift it in here. I'm going to change the color to white. To do that, I'm going to double click this portion. Sorry, I need to rasterize it before. So let's rasterize. To do that, I'm going to right click on this layer and choose rasterize layer. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click in the inside of this box like this, and I'm going to do color overlay, and I'm going to change the color to white. So what I'm going to let's choose a white in here, white like this. Okay, then click OK. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to change the opacity to, let's say 30, or let's say 20. Okay, so I think the opacity is okay, but I'm going to resize it to a small scale. Control T, then I'm going to resize this like this, and this is okay. Then hit enter. That is it guys. Thanks so much for being around to watch this video from start to finish. I believe you've really learned a lot in here. If you did, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, and also to like and share the video as well. Let me know what you also think about this video, and stay tuned for my next video. Until I come your way next time, it is still Black Ben Solutions, and I'm out.